And hey folks, this is me again, back again with another video. Today I'm reacting to Addams Family Grace, so I hope you do enjoy the video. Like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok and Discord. And enough chit chat, let's begin, shall we?
As I'm sure you can tell by the title of this video, today we're doing something with the Addams family. We're going to be visiting the graves of
The
the
creepy and the kooky, mysterious and spooky, we're all together, pooky. The Addams Family. Da-da-da-da.
But I do want to point out that we're going to be focusing on the graves of the original TV show. But just look how beautiful these are. It's Christina Ricci. And over here, Ralph Julia, who is amazing as Gomez Addams, and the ever beautiful
You are so beautiful,
Angelica Houston.
pale and mysterious.
When it comes to the Addams
No one
family,
even looked at the
everybody,
corpse.
I mean, everybody loves them. I love them. You love them. And as amazing as Ralph Julia was as Gomez Addams, it's a very special place in my heart for the original Gomez, and that's John Aston, who's still alive and teaching theater in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, we're going to be visiting the graves, the final resting place of Morticia, Huxley, Uncle Fester, and Grandmama. Sadly, we can't visit the final resting place of Lurch because he was cremated, but we wanted to do this video for a long time, and today is the perfect day. It's overcast. Perfect day for the Addams family. The other art figures on this wall have nothing to do with the Addams family, but I think they kind of they look a little dark. They look a little spooky. Some of them, you see right here, up here at the top, those
Kooky.
bats, those are kind of creepy. And look at this guy over here. What is going on with his teeth? And check it
Kooky,
out. There's even a little alien.
mysterious and spooky, we're all together, pooky. The Addams Family.
Perfectly grim wall mural here in North Hollywood. So thank you for keeping it
Real creepy.
creepy.
And the kooky.
For the most part, the final resting place of Pugsley Addams was relatively easy to find. Towards the back of the Valhalla Memorial Park Cemetery. in North
Above it, the
Hollywood.
Pomeroys.
I think this is probably teetering on the Burbank area as well. But he is interred over here. Get a little closer so you can see it. Ken Weatherwax, 1955 to 2014. If the name Ken Weatherwax doesn't ring a bell, don't feel bad. Everybody knew him as Pugsley Addams. He was in the TV show, the Addams Family Halloween special, and I think there was the Addams Family cartoon that came out in the 70s.
Yeah.
Aside from the Addams Family stuff, he didn't do any acting. After all that ended, he went back to public school, and he had a bad experience. His classmates were bullying him. Eventually, he got kicked out of school. He joined the service at the age of 17, and when he got out, he didn't do any acting anymore. Instead, he worked behind the scenes, building sets and doing other things hidden behind the camera. Eventually, he started attending conventions, and he responded very well to people wanting to get his autograph and meeting fans of the original TV show. Ended up dying in his sleep of natural causes. I said Ken Weatherwax died of natural causes. The official cause of death was a heart attack. He was 59 years
old.
So reading online, found out that the dearly departed Tourism Artifact Museum that used to operate here in Hollywood, California, they raised funds to have Weatherwax interred here inside the Valhalla Memorial Park Cemetery. But get this, not all of his remains are here.
Wow.
They also reside in the museum. I was really hoping that moving here that the museum would still be open, but sadly because of everything that's going on in the world, they closed their doors, and I don't think they're coming back to California. They might pop up somewhere, not entirely sure, fingers and bones crossed that they do. But until then, it's hanging out here next to Pugsley Adams in Valhalla Memorial Park Cemetery in North Hollywood. You can deal with that. Right now, I'm standing in Forest Lawn Memorial Park here in Glendale on Memory Slope, searching for the grave, the final resting place of Grandmama from the original TV series, The Addams Family. Her name
One of my
was
top 10 favorite TV series.
She's buried somewhere here on this slope. It's a little game I like to call Cemetery Safari, trying to find the actual.
Trying to find her.
Today we're going to have to be extra quiet and extra careful, because if I turn the camera down here, you can see all those cars. I'm not going to show it, but there's a funeral going on not too far from where I am. So be respectful, watch our voices, how loud we get, and let's see if we can find Blossom Rock, Grandmama. For now, we got it. Just kind of hang back. So based on everything I was looking at, the sand dollar I looked at the numbering system inside cemeteries, Blossom Rock. The final resting place is right down where we're going to go here. I'm just going to sit here. You may have noticed I'm wearing a Hollywood Forever Cemetery t-shirt. Sadly, none of the Addams Family actors are here to perform for us. We'll have to get them there. But we get them, that's for sure. Staying a decent distance. Privacy. And here it is. The final resting place of Grandmama from the TV show The Addams Family. Blossom McDonald Rock. Together forever, January 14th, 1978. Now, if you're asking yourself, why does it say together forever? Who's she buried with? Right over here, right next to her, forever, is her husband, Clarence Warren Rock, beloved husband of Blossom. October 2nd, 1898 to July 14th, 1960. Just a simple stone. And probably one of the most beautiful cemeteries I've ever been in. To give you a little bit of history of Blossom Rock, she started as a vaudeville actress back in the 20s and eventually went on to become Grandmama in the TV show Addams Family, which lasted only 2 seasons. Shortly after the 2nd season, however, she suffered a stroke which affected the way that she speaks, and she was unable to be in any of the Addams Family TV specials that they did and like the movie specials that they did. I'm pretty sure she wasn't in any of them. Eventually, she ended up passing away at the age of 82 on January 14th, 1978. And you can visit her here in Glendale, California. Everybody today, Jackie Coogan's grave, the final resting place of Uncle Fester, was the easiest to find because basically he's buried in a grotto at Holy Cross Catholic Cemetery in Culver City, pretty much right next took Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi is dead. Undead, undead.
A little hard to say. October 26, 1914 to March 1984. He died March 1st, 1984. John Leslie Coogan. Humanitarian, patriot, entertainer. Forever in our hearts.
When doing a bit of research on him, I knew that he was a child actor. I didn't know how profound of a child actor he was. He started very early, and the memories he most talked about, the films and roles he most talked about, was his time with Charlie Chaplin and the movies they made together.
Yeah, one of the most popular was The Kid. Charlie Chaplin's The Kid. There's even a very famous photo of Jackie Coogan as a little boy standing, holding hands with Charlie Chaplin on the street.
He spoke about that quite a bit.
Jackie Coogan died at the age of 69 on March 1st, 1984. The official cause of death was cardiac arrest. Per his request, he wanted his funeral to be open to the public, and it was. He was interred here at Holy Cross Cemetery, in probably one of the most beautiful, most memorable spots, the grotto in Holy Cross. It overlooks Culver City, the mountains. It's pretty surreal.
Sadly, an ad I can't skip. Never played that game. Probably never will. Sadly, these ads I can't skip. Ads, hate them.
Like washing our hands. Find out how you can help at mrsmyers.com/compassion-project.
Culver City, the mountains. It's pretty surreal. Jackie Coogan is one of many of the famous residents here at Culver City's Holy Cross Cemetery. If you look at the center of your screen, you're going to see a giant blue building. That's the mausoleum here. John Candy's interred in there amongst a bunch of other folks. But if we turn over this way to where the grotto is, you can see this rock formation. Let me point to it right there. On the other side of that, that's where Bela Lugosi and Sharon Tate are buried.
And this guy's channel's a guilty pleasure. Highly recommend
So
it.
you walk into the little grotto section. Right here. Get a little closer. Somebody left some roses and some flowers. Sharon Tate Polanski, 1943 to 1969. And Paul Richard Polanski, their baby. I'm sure you know the name Sharon Tate, but in case you didn't or don't, she was one of the murder victims of the Manson family. And at the time, she was pregnant. And so Sharon Tate and her baby are buried here. Roman is still alive. Yeah. And living overseas somewhere in Europe. Wild, right? And once again,
Bela Lugosi's dead.
hello,
Undead,
Bela Lugosi.
undead.
Dracula himself.
Dracula himself.
Left father, 1882 to 1956. There's a lot more stuff here on his grave than when we were visiting last February. Supposedly, upon his death, Bela Lugosi requested that he be buried in his cape, his Dracula's cape. So, not only is this the final resting place of Dracula himself, but also one of the most iconic pieces of horror wardrobe in history. We have one more grave to visit, and that's for Morticia Addams. Gomez, John Aston, like I said at the beginning of the video, he's still alive. He lives up in Baltimore, Maryland. At some point, we'll make a trip up there and possibly get to see him. Hopefully whenever he's still alive. I don't mean to sound too dark and too grim about that. Met him
Dog.
4 years ago. Wonderful guy. So sweet. It's just a beautiful day for a nice stroll in the cemetery.
Strolling in the cemetery. The Addams Family. Da-da-da-da.
Surprisingly, rather quickly, we found the final resting place of Carolyn Jones, who played Morticia in the original TV series, The Addams Family. And of course, we had to bring her a flower. She's buried here next to, well, not buried, she's interred here next to her mother. Right there, Carolyn Sue Jones, 1930 to 1983. And her mom, Chloe Jeanette Jones, 1906 to 1979. Without a doubt, I can probably show you a picture of Morticia Addams, Carolyn Jones, from the original TV series, and you would know exactly who that person is without me even saying anything. Now here's the thing. Without realizing it, you probably have seen her in some of your favorite movies, because she was in a lot of films. She was in King Creole with Elvis Presley, War of the Worlds, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I do believe, and another movie that we absolutely love starring Vincent Price, House of Wax, which was in 3D. Now, what's that one thing you were telling me? How in the Addams Family, she was always decked out in black.
Yes.
Black hair.
Yes.
And in House of Wax, she was blonde.
She was a natural blonde.
Uh-huh.
She was a natural strawberry blonde. So in a lot of her roles, she was her natural hair color, which was blonde, and you almost don't recognize her because when she's blonde, it's very short and it kind of frames her face, like very dramatically. And when she has dark hair, it's long, so she looks very different. But she said that her favorite role to play was Morticia out of everything because it closely resembled her humor.
She had a very, very small voice.
She's
A very small girl.
She looks really tiny, but she's taller than me. She was about 5'5", which is about here. She was very delicate appearing, very feminine.
I don't know what I was thinking. I was going to leave Ted Cassidy out of this video because technically he doesn't have a final resting place where you can visit. There's no cemetery. He's not in.
No cemetery for him.
When Ted Cassidy died,
Lurch.
his children had him cremated, and they buried his urn in the backyard.
In the backyard.
Of the house. Now, supposedly, they moved and they forgot to take him with them, so he's still back there.
Still back here in that yard.
Read different things online that his ashes were scattered across the property, but his children said that he actually buried the urn back there. I don't think anybody's ever found it. It's not marked. I wonder if the current owners know that Lurch is in the yard behind him. Standing out here taking a picture of the house, the owner came out, asked what I was doing. She really wasn't that pleasant, so we're going to stand on the other side of the street.
She wasn't all too pleased with that.
Started taking my picture. If you look over to the right-hand side of that car, you can see the entrance to the backyard. We're not going to go back there, obviously. But this is it. Crazy story. Thank you for joining us once again on another grim.
Well, hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, follow me on Amino, TikTok, and Discord, and God bless y'all. And I'll see you next video, and stay kooky.